In today's 삼랑선 talk, we have 현금상 수호사님, and we've invited Hwang In-sook 포정님 for the first time. Hello. Hello. Today's theme is about radiant immortal baby. In the meditation method of immortality, of creation, transformation of samshin, a Dharma body baby is usually born within 3 days of practice through ceremonies and practices. Angyongjin Jungdusanim chose the term for the Dharma body baby as a radiant immortal baby, who is a companion in our practice that fundamentally transforms our body into a body of an immortal. Through the first and second steps of the first course, Anchon Gyeongshin and radiant immortal baby was made out of my body, our body, who are the life forms of the Dharma body. And the three become one during the practices that lead afterwards, and they help transform the body into human of light and the immortal body. The first reason why this is possible to create the radiant immortal baby in such an unimaginably short time is because we receive the power of creation transformation and the cosmic essence, cosmic soul, cosmic spirit, and cosmic ghost through the ceremonies and meditation through the Shichonjuju mantra and the Telju mantra. And the second reason is that the cultivation method of the early heavens Taoism focuses on breathing, whereas the meditation method of immortality of creation transformation that is being conveyed in Sangsaeng Gaebyeok News helps one to receive the grace of Samshin Sangjinim, the cosmic Samshin with form, and the Holy Spirit of the great emptiness, who is the Samshin of the cosmic foundation, directly through ceremonies. Again, the activity of the cosmic life energy is based on the essence and spirit, and the soul and ghost as foundation and function, substance and function. The radiant immortal baby is begotten in the lower Danjeon by receiving the 4 essential elements. So let's continue our talk with Hwang In-sook 포정님. Hwang 포정님 is doing her best in her activities. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making the time. Now, to start off, what experience have you had in the process of forming the lower Danjeon elixir in the beginning stages? Yes, I tried very hard to carry out what Jungdusanim taught us. First, I drew the original cosmic cross on my cushion, and I sat with my back straight on the center of it, with the 0, 0 coordinates at my perineum. And I focused on clearing out the penetration meridian vessel as I put the wish-fulfilling pearl of the dragon in the pineal gland and put the egg of the phoenix in the lower Danjeon. Now, in the beginning, it wasn't quite as easy because I didn't feel the energy. Still, I wanted to keep pressing on. I was able to concentrate better when I put each of the characters of the mantras in the lower Danjeon. And my whole body was surrounded by radiant light. And as I put more of the radiant energy to my lower Danjeon, it became stronger radiant light, and my upper Danjeon began to open up gradually. Eventually, this light filled up to my crown chakra. Also, as my energy circulated throughout the governance vessel and the conception vessel, dark energy moved out of my body, and the bright radiance came into my body. As I concentrated, I saw a water bowl being filled with water. I saw water raining down on me. I would see a glass cup being filled with water, or a stream that was clear enough to see pebbles on its floor. Also, the more I focused, the more the sea of energy opened in the lower Danjeon. Now, at the same time, the pineal gland was filled up with energy up to the crown chakra. So I felt that my body didn't, and I felt that my body didn't exist and existed at the same time. I thought to myself, is this the state of no form or no existence? Another thing is that I clearly saw the 8 lotus petals circling in front of my eyes, which also looked a bit like Shindansu tree. I've seen a lot of white light, but it was very mysterious to see a vivid violet colored flower in front of my eyes because it was my first time experiencing such thing. All of your experiences are very mysterious. You mentioned in your testimony that you spat out enormous amount of phlegm that you couldn't even handle during the meditation. So please tell us more about that. As I continued the meditation, and the meditation depth of meditation became, I guess, deeper. I spat out so much phlegm out of my body, so I couldn't handle it. It was disturbing, and I thought to myself, was I this sick? When I start spitting out phlegm, I spit close to 1/3 of a paper cup, and if I talk a lot or if my body feels pain, I spit the phlegm out more. My voice became clearer though after that, and my body felt very very lighter, and my body became healthier as a result. Now, also during meditation, the blockages in my body would be shown as gravel sometimes. And every time I concentrate during Dogong meditation and emphasize on the characters of the mantra, it would create sparks of light, which made the darkness fade away from my body. As the energy gathered at my lower dungeon, I felt a cold energy going out of my body, and I spat out a lot more phlegm. Do you have any specific experience of improving your health through cultivation? Can you please share with us? When I was young, there was a car accident when a truck ran over my body and I almost died. Some people who knew how to read body pulses said they can't even find a pulse in me, and I'm lucky to be alive. I was drained of energy and my health was not in a good condition. Now, and about 10 years ago, I had a stroke due to the blockage of my right side of the brain. So I had a bit of paralysis like symptoms afterwards, and my energy vessels were blocked. So I always felt suffocating and stuck. I pierced and used my body with the rod of light, and I pierced my body with the rod of light, using the rod of light. And since I planted the immortal flower in my area of pain, a lot of my blockages have been cleared away and my body felt lighter. I even felt that dead cells died off and new cells came out and became new flesh. In the past, my back was heavy and felt very tight as my whole body was blocked and painful. So now once I went to the hospital for a checkup, and they even told me how I'm still alive. They asked me how I'm still alive with my blood pressure moving up over 180. Continued to practice. I continued to practice through it all, and after starting the meditation method of immortality, of creation, transformation, of samshin, my blood pressure dropped to about 140. I'm almost back to normal, enough to have just a normal daily life. Now, besides that, I was in a unique situation where I couldn't stand up nor lie down for a long time because my scoliosis. I got it from working in the design field, bending my back, drawing, designing. And so I went to the hospital and went through occupational therapy therapy for all of my body. It gets better right after treatment, but over time it came back. Now, as I practiced for about 6 hours a day for 3 months every day, I felt my energy shoot up from my tailbone to the spine. It felt like an earthquake in my body. Then the spine became straightened and my practice got better. Since then, I was healed from scoliosis and the symptoms never returned. Now, from then on, I'm practicing with sitting straight, sitting up straight. Now, my eyes got a lot better. My eyesight got a lot better. As I got older, I developed presbyopia and astigmatism. So I wore multifocal glasses. There was also myodesopsia symptom where I see something floating in front of my eyes. But these days, my eyesight improved so much that I don't wear my glasses, and myodesopsia symptoms have gone away. What else? I had to lie down and rest for 2 days if I did any physical labor, but I can go on now. My body became body of endurance, and every time I practice early morning meditation, I planted the immortal flowers. When I planted the immortal flowers for 30 minutes, and my body would feel like as if I've done 3 hours of meditation. I've also experienced my body becoming one with the universe countless times. I could experience this faster when I planted the immortal flowers, and the impure energy could be taken out of my body quicker. So I say immortal flowers are the best gift, the gift of rejuvenation. I am deeply grateful to the 7 Holy Spirits of Samshin and Chungdusanim for this grace. You lived through a suffering times due to your health. You were able to heal yourself through the blessings of this meditation of immortality. That was very moving, very touching, impressive. I also heard you guided the practitioners during the 28 days with your busy schedule. Can you please tell us more about that? Yes, it's a great blessing to be in harmony with practitioners and cultivate practice together. I think I wouldn't have been able to continue to practice without the practitioners. And practitioners, one of the practitioners who is a housewife, had practiced the meditation method of immortality, and her energy opened, and she was moved. She was inspired to hold a ceremony for ancestral repayment. Her late mother-in-law, who died during the meditation course, came to her just like when she was alive, and gave her a warm hug and patted her shoulder, saying thank you. Now, in another case, there's a practitioner that came from another dojang 3 years ago, suffering through 3 different cancers. But after the first year of this practice, her face is glowing now, and her health improved significantly as she finished her first course and is waiting to go down to the second course. You're saying the practitioners from your dojang is gaining health and experiencing healing just by meditating with this meditation of immortality. Great. So lastly, please share with our viewers a story about your own experience with the radiant immortal baby. Now, the cultivation method of immortality is coming into fruition along with the Sangsaeng Gaebyeok news. After I held a ceremony for the radiant immortal baby, I imagined that the radiant immortal baby was in front of me, and Euncheong Gyeongshin was standing tall like a huge sunflower from behind me. I gathered my energy and concentrated on my lower tanjan, and about an hour and a half later, after I started, I saw a radiant immortal baby right in front of me. Now, she was about 3 years old, probably because the timing for the birth of the radiant immortal baby was a bit delayed, and I saw her days after giving birth to her. She was a grown baby with short and shiny black hair, and her eyes were big and sparkling, and I could clearly see her turning around and looking closely at me. And I have experienced seeing lights, water, blurry image of spirits, but this time it was my first time that I could vividly see a child. That was very, very interesting because it was my first experience. Yes, Radiant Immortal Baby was born after the ceremony and meditation practice, but you got to see her a little late. You must have been very surprised and impressed to see the vivid image. It feels like the Radiant Immortal Baby grows very fast. Mine looked almost like a teenage boy after a few months of practicing when I finally got to see her. So thank you for sharing your great experience today. Thank you so much. Hwang In-sook 부장님 and 현금상 수호사님, thank you for being with us today. Next, let's have a time together to practice the meditation of the later heavens immortality, the meditation for longevity. Yes, when meditating in silence, chant the mantras as you hold the thought that the light of the mantras are going to be gathered in the lower danjan. And when you do the Dogong meditation, chant together according to the mantra you hear and focus on your lower danjan. Move your hands as if you're bringing the energy into your lower danjan as you practice. Like this, towards the lower danjan. Thank you. We'll chant the Shichonjuju mantra and the Tailju mantra together.
시천주 조화정 영세불망만사지 지기금지 원이대강 시천주 조화정 영세불망만사지 지기금지 원이대강 시천주 조화정 영세불망만사지 시기금지 원이대강 훔치 델천상원군 훔리치야도래 훔리합리사파 훔치 델천상원군 훔리치야도래 훔리합리사파 훔치 델천상원군 훔리치야도래 훔리합리사파